In this class, we are going to solve numerical on flange coupling to understand its design equations, right? So in last session, we have started the design of protected coupling, where we discussed that we have to first design the shaft by considering torsional shear stress failure. Then we also talked on design of key. Then the third part was the design of flange, right? Where the dimension is taken in terms of in proportion of shaft diameter. By adopting them, we simply verify those dimensions in shear failure by considering hub as a hollow shaft. Then we also talked on the flange dimensions, where all the dimensions are taken in proportion with the shaft diameter, right? We try to verify the shear stress induced in flange, right? And ultimately we confirm that, or we try to understand that the taken dimensions are safer, right? We also talk about bolt design, where the number of bolt is taken .02 D plus 3, right? In certain reference books, it is mentioned the range, right? Up to 60 millimeter, 60 or 80 millimeter, you have to take 4 number of bolt. Now, what is 80 millimeter? Shaft diameter, right? If your shaft diameter is limited to 80 millimeter, you have to choose 4. Then if it is 80 to 100, then you have to take 6. And more than 100 to 160, you have to take 8 number of bolts, right? These are the proportions given, right? You can also use this equation, no problem, okay? Then we discuss on the how the once you have this number of bolt, you have to find out the bolt diameter. Now let's try to understand same thing by solving one numerical. A protected type of flange coupling has to transmit 30 kilowatt at 450 rpm. What does it mean? क्या कर रहा है कि भाई आपको इतना पावर ट्रांसमिट करना ही है और इतने आरपीएम पर, इससे कम नहीं करना है. दिस इज व्हाट द स्टेटमेंट सेज. अ प्रोटेक्टेड टाइप ऑफ फ्लैंज कपलिंग हैज टू ट्रांसमिट. इससे कम वो उसको डिजाइन नहीं करनी है, ठीक है. नाउ शाफ्ट की एंड बोल्ट्स आर मेड फ्रॉम स्टील मटेरियल्स, means they are made from same materials. Now considering key effect or effect of overload and keyway effect, determine. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? What is overload? Over means suddenly there is a rise in the load, or you can say torque transmissions, right? So we can consider overload of 20% to 30% at max, right? 30% is maximum, right? So here it is asked to consider the overloading situations and the keyway effect. Now what is keyway effect? Let's try to understand. Now this is solid diameter of shaft, right? A solid diameter of shaft. When you apply torque, let's say torque, based on this equation, T is equal to pi by 16 D raised to cube and shear stress, right? So we found out the dimensions. Now here the dimensions is basically these circular dimensions, but in flange coupling we have to cut out, we have to provide a recess for setting up or fixing up the key, right? So because of that, we have simply removed this much of material. By removing material or by making provision for the key, we simply reduce the cross section area. Now you know the stress equation. Stress is equal to load upon area. If you reduce the area for the given same load, the stress induced will be higher. So here the torque which we are transferring or transmitting earlier, and from based on that we find out diameter. But in actual practice, we do have same diameter, but we simply cut out the recess way for the key, which is referred as keyway. So by removing this much material, we are weakening the shaft. So because of presence of keyway, we are removing material and weakening the shaft. हम उसको क्या कर रहे हैं? कम स्ट्रेंथ वाला बना रहे हैं because of this requirement. Hence actually it is going to transmit low torque compared to this design value, right? It cannot transmit this much same value. In actual practice, we have keyway, and hence the overall resisting area is reduced. So we cannot transmit these torque, right? So what here says, he says consider the effect of keyway and overload, means we have to consider the presence or effect of keyway. Hence we have to make it little bit larger. देन द व्हाट वी हैव कम आउट फ्रॉम these equations, right? जो टॉर्क हमने यहाँ पे आएगा उसको ज़्यादा लेना पड़ेगा, 20% हायर लेंगे, ज़्यादा लेंगे तो ज़्यादा डायमीटर आएगा. ज़्यादा क्यों लेना है? बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ की वे, राइट? सो वी आर गोइंग टू मेक शाफ्ट डायमीटर larger by taking larger torque value, right? So that is taking 20 to 30% higher. Hence, it will take care the keyway effect. Just look at it. So we are increasing this much dimensions by taking higher torque value, right? So this is what the meaning of considering the overload, or you can say the keyway effect, right? So we are going to take higher torque value rather than the torque value coming from the power equation, or the if it's the shaft diameter is known to you, right? So we have to consider higher value of torque. Higher value of torque means larger the diameter, which will take care this keyway effect, or the placement of the key, right? So this much material is removed, but what we tried to make it earlier or that much amount by larger value, right? So it will take care of the keyway effect. Now here we have to find out, determine shaft diameter, hub diameter, diameter of bolts, assuming permissible stress is 45 megapascal for shaft and bolt, and for hub it is 10, right? So two different shear stress are given to us, so we need to consider appropriate value in shear stress equations, right? We cannot use common. Here it is clearly mentioned the shaft and bolt made from the steel material and their shear stress value is 45. But while designing the hub dimensions or the hub as a hollow shaft diameter, we have to use simply the 10 megapascal, right? Now here we have given value of torque, power. Power is 38 kilowatt, right? At an RPM of 440 RPM, right? So इतना तो हमें ट्रांसमिट करना ही है, इससे कम नहीं करना है, राइट? तो इसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, हम डायरेक्टली जाके टॉर्क फाइंड करेंगे, फिर शाफ्ट डायमेंशन फाइंड करेंगे. लेकिन हब में क्या करना है और शाफ्ट में क्या करना है, की वे इफेक्ट काउंट करना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके की क्या करेगी, फिक्स हो सकती है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ प्रेजेंस ऑफ की वी आर वीकनिंग द हब डायमेंशंस, वी आर ऑल्सो वीकनिंग द शाफ्ट डायमेंशंस. सो व्हाट वी कैन डू to take care of this condition, we have to increase that much amount of dimension. That is only possible by increasing the equivalent torque value, right? So let's find the power P and the torque transmitted value, right? P is equal to 2 pi in 660. Now value is 38 kilowatt. Now 2 pi RPM is given 440, and this is the torque we are going to find, 60, right? Now the torque value from the calculation is come out 825 Newton meter. Remember the unit. Whenever you find the torque from the given power value, the torque is always going to come in Newton meter, not in Newton millimeter. Now this is the torque which is going to transmit it from the shaft, from the hub, and from the flange. But here in shaft we have keyway, but here also in the hub we do have keyway. So these two presence of keyway weaken the shaft, so we have to make it little larger, and that is only possible by increasing the torque value, right? So here, considering overloading situation, considering overload and keyway effect, ठीक है? So we are going to call design torque, it will be taken as 30% higher. Let me take 30% instead of 20, right? Maximum 30%. So that the design value of torque is, this is the design value, that is 825, right? So the output is, the answer is 173 Newton meter. Now why we have not taken 825? This torque value is come from the power equation, right? But in numerical we have stated, we have given a situation, you have to consider the keyway effect and overload. So hence we are going to consider torque of 30% higher value. Higher value of torque will give you the higher dimensions, right? Which will take care of the keyway effect, right? So this is the value of torque that we have to use for finding the various dimensions, shaft dimensions and hub dimension and bolt dimensions, right? The first is shaft diameter. First is shaft diameter. considering the torsional shear stress, right? So here the design torque is transmitting, but the equation is pi by 16 d raised to cube into torsional shear stress of shaft, right? Now here what we have, value is 1073. It is in Newton meter. We have to convert into millimeter. So we are going to multiply by 10 raised to 3, right? Again, the pi by 16, we need to find out the shaft dimensions. Now for the shaft, the permissible stress value is given 45 Newton per millimeter square. So we are going to replace it over here, right? Now here the value is in terms of millimeter square. So that's why on the left side we converted torque into Newton millimeter, right? We have to equate the units. Do not forget this. Now let's find the shaft dimensions. So from this equation, the shaft diameter come out is 49.58, right? We are going to take, on a safer side, we are going to take it 52 millimeter, right? So this is the value of shaft, right? If we haven't considered this 30% overload, so probably the dimension of the shaft would have simply 46 millimeter, right? So again, even in 46, if we consider key wave effect, so actual torque transmission capacity will be very low. But here we have a given situation that you have to transmit 38, इतना तो करना ही है, right? तो हम 46 नहीं ले सकते, तो हमें शाफ्ट का डायमीटर बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. तो उसको बढ़ाने के लिए क्यों बढ़ाना है? वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ की वेव इफेक्ट, राइट? तो हमने इतना डायमीटर थोड़ा बढ़ाया, वो इतना ही पॉसिबल है, तभी पॉसिबल है जब अपना टॉर्क बढ़ेगा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव टेकन डिजाइन टॉर्क वैल्यू by higher by 30%, right? So that's why we use this value for finding the shaft diameter. Okay, now let's consider the other dimension, that is hub dimensions. The second situation is hub design, right? So hub design. Now from the design theory we know that hub diameter is taken as 2 times shaft dimensions, right? So here 2 times shaft dimension is 52. So total is 14024 millimeter. Now length of hub is taken as 1 point shaft diameter, right? That is 1.5 into 52, which is comes out to be 78 millimeter, right? Now we already have a dimension of hub. We need to verify by considering the hollow shaft, considering the hub as a hollow shaft, right? In a torsional shear stress equations, right? So verifying hub in torsional shear stress failure, right? So for that we have to consider equation MD here, pi by 16. Now here it is hollow shaft, so ds is to 4, shaft dimension is to 4, again dh into, now we have to consider what is the value, right? Sorry, here we have shear stress for hub. Okay, now here we need to consider the design torque. What is design torque? It is 1073. So 1073 into 10 raised to 3. Now why 10 raised to 3? To convert Newton into millimeter. Do not forget, right? Again pi by 16. Let's replace the value. What is hub dimension? 104. That we found out by taking proportion in terms of shaft dimensions, right? So 104 raised to 4 minus shaft dimension is, so shaft dimension is how much? It is 52. 52 raised to 4th power. Divide by 104. Okay, now let's find the shear stress induced in the hub, right? So let's find it. Student, try yourself, find out the shear stress induced in the hub. Now it is comes out as 5.18 megapascal. Okay, now what is given for hub? It is given safe stress value is 10. So induced stress is less than that. So that is less than the 10 megapascal. So we can say these dimensions are safe. So you can say the hub is safe in shear stress failure, right? So we have designed, we have adapted the dimension by proportion, but we also verified, because the hub is considered as a hollow shaft. When the torque is transmitted, we have to consider the torsional shear stress theory, right? And for that, this is the equations. And using this equation, we simply find out the shear stress induced in the hub, and that we compare with the given value. In our case, it is less than the permissible value. So these dimensions are safe. These dimensions are safe for the given 38 kilowatt and 450 RPM value. Now let's talk about the bolt design. The third is bolt design, right? Now here we need to find out the number of bolt first, right? So number of bolt is given n is equal to dot 0 d plus 3. So here dot 02 into 52 plus 3, which comes out as which comes out at dot 04. Okay, so here, because this is a we are going to consider as 6 number of bolt. Okay, we are going to consider as 6 number of bolt. Now let's find the value. Now before that, we need to find out the pitch circle diameter, right? So pitch circle diameter is 3 times shaft diameter. So 3 into 52, so it is 6 and it is 15. So it is 156 millimeter, on which we are going to fix the bolt, right? It is simply a pitch circle diameter from the center, on which we are going to fix this 6 bolt. Okay. If you take 4 number of bolts, definitely the 4 bolt is going to bear that load, right? So for this 4 number of values of number of bolt, the diameter of bolt will be higher. If you take more number of bolt, the each value diameter of the bolt will be smaller, right? Now you cannot take too much higher value, let's say 8 or 10. Then there will be a too much drilling on a flange side, right? So we are going to weaken the flange for fixing the bolt, right? So this, you have to follow the rules. Sorry. Now let's find the torque transmitted through bolt is given by, that is MD is given by how much it is, pi by 4 dB square. This is the diameter of single bolt. We have number of bolt, right? Now these number of bolt are bearing having shear stress in sorry. So because of this torque and on this cross section area and number of bolt, a shear stress is induced, right? So we need to consider the at what distance the torque is acting. We have to consider dP by 2. So this is the distance, right? Whole diameter is pitch circle diameter, right? Whole is pitch circle. So half of that is this much. On this, we are applying the torque, that is MD, that is force into distance. So force, again, what we have, shear stress multiplied by the cross section area. So this is the cross section area of number of bolt. Now let's put the value 173 10⁻³ pi by 4 dB square. Number of bolt is, we have taken 6. Now what is the value of bolt is given, shear stress value is given, it is for shaft and bolt it is 45. So we have to take it 45, right? And the pitch circle diameter is 156. So 156 by 2. Now from this, if you resolve this, you are going to get 8.56 millimeter. Now try to recall the figure of flange coupling, right? Here, this body, shank body, threaded part is outside. It is not inside the flange hole, right? So this part, this diameter is plain. It is not threaded. So dimension that we found out is on unthreaded part, right? If it is in a threaded part, then we have to divide the founded value by 0.84. But here, the shank portion without threaded part is passing through the whole of two flanges, right? So the dimension that we found out is a final diameter of, or you can say the nominal diameter of bolt, right? So here what we have is 8.06. So as a safe side, we can take dB is equal to 10. So how can we write? We have to use bolt of M10 size. So metric 10 millimeter size, right? So what does it mean? This unthreaded part is 10 millimeter and threaded part is little bit smaller, right? So this unthreaded part is supported in the flange and outside the nut is fixed. So that's why we have taken this value directly over here instead of dividing 0.84. Okay. So this is the size of bolt. I hope the problem is clear to you. If you have any doubt, please ask the questions. Now let's try to solve another problem. Now try to read carefully. 200 millimeter diameter shaft. So here we already have given shaft dimensions. Okay. Are connected by flange coupling having 250 millimeter pitch circle diameter. That is DP, which is 250 millimeter. For the bolts, 6 bolts are used. So number of bolt is also given 6. For shaft and key, the shear stress. Shaft and key shear stress is given 60 Newton per millimeter square, right? And for cast iron flange, it is separately given. So if you are verifying the flange dimension, then we have to use this shear stress value, which is 7.5 Newton per millimeter square, right? For bolt, it is 30. For bolt, it is 30 Newton per millimeter square, right? Now what we have to find out? Determine. First, taking into account keyway effect, find power transmitting capacity of coupling at 400 RPM. So क्या करना है? We need to find out the power transmission capacity at RPM of 400. But we need to keep in mind the keyway effect. Now यहाँ पे क्या लिखा हुआ है? We need to find out the power that is actually you can transfer or transmit through the given flange coupling, right? We need to consider keyway effect. Hence, if you compare the solid shaft diameter and the shaft diameter with keyway effect, here you have larger value of diameter, right? Or you can say the cross section area. So you can transfer more torque, hence more power. But because here the keyway is considered, we have less material, so we can transfer or transmit less power value, right? Now let's find the torque first, right? Because we need to find the power. The power is only possible by 2 pi nt equations, right? So we need torque. So torque can be found out by considering the torsional shear stress failure of the shaft, because shaft dimension is given to us. So torque transmitted through shaft is given as pi by 16 ds raised to cube and shear stress of safe stress of shaft. Here torque is to be found out. Now dimension is given. Shaft diameter is given is 100, right? And the shaft shear stress is given 65. What is that? 65. So here if you found the value, it comes out to be 1.28 10 raised to 7 Newton into millimeter. Why Newton into millimeter? Because shaft diameter is in millimeter. Here shear stress is taken in Newton per millimeter square, right? So millimeter is cancelled out. So only 1 millimeter is left out. So this is the value that is coming out by considering 100 millimeter dimension of shaft, right? This is the conditions. If you take safe stress of 65 and the 100 shaft diameter, you can transmit this much torque. You cannot transmit more than this. Yes, you can transmit less than this. You cannot transmit more than this value. This is what the mathematics says, right? Now here we have to consider the keyway effect. So here, what does it mean? Because keyway is present, here shaft diameter is already given. The shaft diameter is 100. What is that? 100 value. But in 100 we have cut out keyway for the shaft. So this much material is removed. Hence, this is theoretical torque, which is maximum at value, can be transferred if shaft diameter is considered as a solid without any keyway. But here we have given a condition that you must consider keyway effect, right? For given 100 millimeter of shaft dimension, 100 millimeter. So in actual practice, because of the presence of keyway, we can transmit lower value of torque, right? So considering the keyway effect in 100 millimeter shaft diameter, शाफ्ट डायमीटर हमें फाइंड नहीं करना, वो दिया गया है, उसमें हमने क्या करनी है, की को फिक्स करना है. उसके लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, मिल्ड अवे करना पड़ेगा, मिलिंग मशीन से ये कीवे बनाना पड़ेगा. एंड हेंस वी आर वीकनिंग द शाफ्ट डायमेंशंस. एंड व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट? वी कैन नॉट चेंज 100. So hence the dimension is fixed, then the actual value of torque which can be transferred is lower. From the theory you can transmit this much torque, but because of presence of keyway it is of lower value, right? So here what we have is we have to find out the torque transmitting capacity, right? So कितना होगा एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस में, क्या होगा कि कीवे इफेक्ट को कंसीडर करना है तो कितना टॉर्क हम ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं और पावर कितना ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं. सो हियर द डिजाइन टॉर्क इज गिवन एज 1.28 10⁻⁷, राइट, डिवाइड बाय एक्चुअल टॉर्क. सो हियर वी आर गोइंग टू कंसीडर 30% कम करेंगे. ओवरलोड है, कीवे इफेक्ट प्रेजेंट है, तो 100 mm शाफ्ट में से इतना टॉर्क ट्रांसमिट नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन उससे कम करना पड़ेगा. सो हियर वी आर गोइंग टू डिवाइड बाय 1.30. इन प्रीवियस न्यूमेरिकल we were multiplying it. We were multiplying it because in those case the shaft diameter is not given. We found out by considering the Euler situation. So हमने उसको फाइंड किया और ज़्यादा लिया फाइंड करके. ठीक है, यहाँ डायमेंशन दिया गया है और उसमें भी कीवे है, तो एक्चुअल टॉर्क ट्रांसमिटेड विल बी लोअर, राइट. सो हेंस we have to take a 30% lower value from this value, right? So that is comes out, you can say 19.85 10⁻⁶ into Newton millimeter. So this is the lower value of torque which you can transmit through the given flange coupling because of the presence of keyway, right? So by using this we have to design the dimensions. So power transmitted, the first answer is power transmitted. अब ये देखिए शाफ्ट में भी की है और हब में भी की है, तो शाफ्ट के डायमेंशंस के ऊपर से कीवी को कंसीडर करके उसको हमने वीक कंसीडर किया है, तो अभी जो पावर ट्रांसमिट करेंगे वो क्या होगा, कम होगा. सो एक्चुअल पावर ट्रांसमिशन कैपेसिटी इज गिवन एज 2π×T divided by 60. So here 2π, and now what is the RPM given? 400. And what is the torque? Torque is this much. Now convert this millimeter into meter. So I'm going to take 985 10⁻�3. So directly dividing by 1000. So that is become the 10⁻�3 divided by 60. Okay. So the value come out is 412 kilowatt. So by considering the keyway effect, we are able to transmit lower value of power, right? If you consider this much torque, definitely it will going to give you the higher power transmission, but because the key is present, we cannot transmit that much maximum value. We can transmit only lower value, that we have considered 30% effect of keyway. Now let's find another dimensions, right? Bolt design. The second that we have to find out is bolt design. Let's confirm it. Yes. diameter of coupling bolt and the thickness of flange. Now here, let's write bolt design. Now what is given to us? Here the number of bolt is given 6. Okay, it is already given. So by considering torsional failure, so torque M, that is design torque, which is of lower value or higher value, we'll discuss. क्या लेना है इधर, तो T लेना है और design torque लेना है. We are going to discuss soon, right? Based on theory. So dB square, which is the circular area of shank portion of bolt, number of bolt, shear stress induced in a bolt or the permissible value in a bolt at dp by 2. ओके, अभी dp कितना दिया हुआ है 250 और ये कितना दिया हुआ है, as long as I remember it is 30 for the bolt, right? So it is 30 and this is 6, right? यहाँ पे क्या करना है, कौन सा टॉर्क लेंगे, लोअर वैल्यू वाला और या हायर वैल्यू वाला. यहाँ पे सिचुएशन है, देखिए एक टॉर्क है 1.28 विच इज considering the shaft diameter is a solid diameter, right? And second that we consider is 9.28 or similar. Let me say what the exact value is, 9.85, sorry. So it is 9.85, 10 is to 6. So which torque we have to consider? Now this is the condition for shaft. But for designing the bolt, this much torque, maximum torque you have to consider. You cannot consider the lower value. This is the limitation of shaft, not bolt. There is no keyway in the bolt. So for finding the diameter of bolt, we have to consider the maximum value. So here we are not going to consider the design torque. Instead, we are going to use T value, right? So here 1.28 10 raised to 7 pi by 4 dB square, the number of bolt is 6, 30, 250 divided by 2. Now find out this dB, that is bolt diameter. This bolt diameter comes out to be 26.92 millimeter. We are going to take it 28, the higher even value, right? So you can write the bolt diameter. Bolt diameter is M28, right? So remember, do not confuse why we have taken 1.28. In earlier case, in case of hub design, we have, in case of finding the power transmission capacity, why we have considered the 30%? Because there are 3 elements. One is shaft, second is key, third is flange with the hub, right? So this is the weak portion. This is the weakest part of the assembly. So that is the part we have to consider for finding the power transmitting capacity. But if the shaft is solid, if there is no keyway, then we can transmit this much maximum value. Why? Because for how we find out? Because we have 100 millimeter of shaft diameter and safe material limit is 65. So these two value is give us this much torque. This is the maximum torque you can transmit. Lower is also possible. So we have to consider this maximum torque passing through the bolt. Here there is no keyway in bolt, right? So that maximum value you have to consider in designing a bolt. And that is why we have M28 value, right? Verifying flange in shear failure. वो करना पड़ेगा, right? So here we have to consider the maximum torque because in flange, let me draw over here. This is flange, this is hub and this is shaft. So shaft में क्या है, keyway है, hub में keyway है, लेकिन जो flange है, flange is joint over here at this location. So there is no keyway here, right? So maximum torque which is can be transferred if there is no key is 1.28. That value we have to consider, right? So here it is pi is equal to dh, which is hub diameter, thickness of the flange and the shear stress of the flange at what value? Hub dimension divided by 2, right? So this is the area, this is the shear stress. So multiply them, going to give you the force, and this distance makes the torque, right? So let's take 1.28 10 raised to 7 Newton into millimeter. Now here the diameter of hub is taken as 2 times of shaft dimensions, right? It is how much? 2 times. So it is 100, 2 into shaft diameter, which is 100. So it is going to be give you the 200 value. Now flange thickness is taken as how much? It is 30. That 30%. So T1 is 0.3 times shaft diameter. Hub diameter D is 2 times shaft diameter. So this is 30 millimeter because it is 100 and this is 100. So it becomes 200. So here it is 30 millimeter. Now flange. For the flange, we have to find out the induced shear stress in the flange, right? So we are going to put it as it is. Now diameter is 200 divided by 2. Now find out the shear stress induced in the flange. So that value is 6.79 megapascal, right? Now what is permissible value? Let's look at it. The permissible value is, let's say, where is it? Flange is 7.5, right? So an induced stress is 6.79. So it is less than the permissible value, 7.5. So you can say the hub dimension that we have adopted, which dimensions? In terms of relation of shaft dimension, 2 times hub, 0.3 thickness. So here hub and the flange dimension is safer, right? I hope student, the two numericals are clear to you, right? You can refer the textbook for further understanding, right? If you have any doubts, please raise the questions.